Alright, so I get a call from my office. This is a very large building, but they have furnaces. They house let's just say people here for whatever reason, and turns out the office area is not warm. So I asked them to bring me into the boiler room where the boiler is, and I walk into this. I mean, it's a rather large system here. But system I'm definitely not familiar with. And it's like 100 degrees in here. But let me get figuring out what's going on here. I mean, look at the size of the gas pipe coming in. Jeez. And then I'm walking on this piece of wood here. And there's just a hole. Gotta be careful not to fall in, but man, this stuff is hot. It's not that it's not getting hot. And some big old valves up there. And it's not that the thing is not firing up, because it's freaking hot in here. Alright, I'll let you guys know what I find. A little aquastat here. Set at 160. Let me pump it up a little bit. Click. That thing is loud, man, like a jet. Alright. Well, we know that's working. So it's got to be a circulator for that zone. Actually, there we go. This is the zone probably for that, because it is not hot. Let me check for power. Make sure this sucker's working. Alright. Let me get my meter out. Okay, well, as you can see, this is pretty much a steam boiler, but it also has this loop. I mean, from what I can tell, sight glass, and no really return pumps and stuff with this guy. But regardless, I know for a fact this loop or this feed coming out of here goes down and feeds the downstairs basement offices, which is not getting the heat to the baseboard heat. It's not that they're not getting heat to the radiator. So I got power coming off that relay. I got power to the circulator pump, and but the pump is not coming on. So my guess is she's shot. I have a 007 on her truck, same exact pump. Got 2 shut-off ball valves that I can utilize, and throw her in, and that should be it. Yeah, this is a big boy. Let's see how many BTUs this thing is. From 2,000 gross. Wow. Yeah, see, steam and water. It's a big friggin' boiler. Gonna replace that circulator pump. No, that's not a toilet for me to use. I had to pick it up for my brother's job. Yeah, he didn't have any room in his truck. We got the cardboard for that, but let's see what we got in here. It's a 007, and that's what we're gonna go back with. That's all I need. I grab a screwdriver and a couple adjustables, and maybe a short hose, and that should be it. That thing is so friggin' loud. Make sure the power's off, obviously. No power. Two shut-off valves. Isolate it. That one was a little too easy. This one I'm nervous about. Not bad. Not bad. I had to put some gloves on there. This thing's too hot to touch. replacing the whole thing is because the gasket shot is leaking. So now I'm going to clean these flanges up and put the new one in. You got these little gaskets, you got to make sure they go in there. I usually put a little pipe dope here and then on the outside. Just regular pipe dope. It helps it stick in there better. Ain't gotta be pretty.
Hello?
Yes?
I'm just coming in here to get warm.
You coming in here to get warm?
Yes.
It's not that cold, come on.
Yes! Yes.
They're all standing by the copy machine to stay warm.
My hands are burnt cold.
Set it right after the truck. Get some new bolts. Flanges look okay. Cleaned them up. Correction arrow this way. Keep having the ladies coming in here from the office area trying to heat up, and it's hot here. Should take a temperature. Man, I wore long johns today. Being 30 degrees outside, working in houses no heat, you know. And I'm in this. Yeah. It says it's about, I don't know if you can read that. 84. 85 and growing. Come on. Oh, I'll snug. And I got the flanges and bolts all snug. Time to do the electrical. An electrical for these things is it's pretty easy. I mean, you stick the electrical, and I know I got to get a top and screws for this. It wasn't there originally, but I should be wearing gloves. But basically, you got a white and black for your power source. Yellow goes to your black, and white goes to white. So let me get that hooked up and buttoned up, and we'll put the water on and power and test it out. Moment of truth here. That's the supply. Let's put this on. Well, leaking. Oh, I feel it. I have to purge this sucker out. Since that is the feed, goes down, runs its route, comes back this way, up to the floor. There is a purge station. Turn that off. Stick the hose in the bucket. See if we got some air. Chocolate milk. Alright guys, the heat's up and running now. I had to purge the water out of there. Unfortunately, this is not like a conventional hydronic boiler where you can put a fast fill up and on and force the water, being that it's steam / hydronic. So shut the valve off there, opened it up. Actually had to put the power back on to energize the circulator to force the water and the air out. Just by touch, I felt it started getting warm. Shut the bib off, the hose purge tee, and opened it up, let it run for 10 minutes, and the thing is piping hot now. I can't even touch it. So we're done for here. Put my little adapter piece on top for the electrical, and we're done. So please like, share, subscribe, and comment. And I am getting out of here. Hey guys, just finished up with that commercial big boiler. Initially when I walked in there, I was like, man, it's a little overwhelming, but you just gotta take your time, look at it, and go from there. And you know, I looked at it, I saw the sight glass, I'm like steam, and then I saw the circulator. I'm like, oh, it's also hydronic, and that was a zone that was not working. That's the only hydronic aspect and the only part of the building for that and one I had to complaining about. So there is no easy way, the way it's set up. At least I don't know how other big boilers like that does both steam and hydronic, but apparently my manager said that thing's called like a mud loop return circulator hydronic. Typically there's a mud loop in a steam system, and it gets all gunky, and exactly what it is, mud. But that's what's running for that hydronic aspect of the office. So what he suggests is putting a purge tee right after the circulator and a valve, and then that way we can hook up a hose to that, shut that valve off, the new valve, put a hose up to the hose bib, and flush domestic water from, say, like a water heater or laundry sink or a hose spigot, and shut off the return valve that I was using, and opening up that hose bib and flushing all that stuff out, say seasonally, and because that gunk is just not good. All that mud and gunk is just not good, and possibly what burnt the pump up, who knows, but it's a good idea. So anyways, they got heat now. It was 62 when I got here. It's 70. Returns pumping hot, so I'm happy, and I learned something new every day. I mean, it was intimidating going in there and looking at it, but it just takes a little time. It's just like a rooftop unit, you know, and an air conditioning at a residential. It's all the same stuff, just larger, and it just takes a little more stepping back and looking at it. I like to be challenged. I like to be thrown into things that I'm not familiar with. But I mean, it was a circulator pump, which was simple, but it was fun. So, all right, guys, I'm rambling on. Take it easy.